Hello, Jasmine. How are you?
I'm good.
I'm a nursing student, and I'm going to follow you today because I want to learn about what you are doing here, okay?
Okay, sure. I was just going to the bedroom to get some medications for the patient, and so we'll go and do that, and then I'll tell you about the patient.
Okay,
Okay.
sounds good.
So when we get into the bedroom, this will be our first check of 3 for the medications.
Okay.
So we'll pull up the MAR. So we'll see here that she's due for gentamicin at 1,600, and it's just over 1,500 right now. So by the time we get there, it'll be just on time. And she also has a continuous infusion of sodium chloride with potassium chloride. So we're gonna get those out of the Pyxis. So we want to do the 5 rights. So we want the right patient, the right time, the right dose, the right drug, and the right route. So we'll check the first one. This is the sodium chloride here, and that's for our patient. Her name is Marta Yarn, and we'll meet her in a few minutes. So we have the right patient, the right medication. It's 1,000 milliliters here with 20 MEQ of potassium. It's going to be IV, and it's due now, so it's the right time. Okay, and it is not cloudy, it's clear, there's no rips or leaks or anything, so it's good, and it expires next year, so it's not expired. Okay, next med, we have, this is our gentamicin. This is an antibiotic that she'll be due for in just under an hour. So it's, again, from Marta Yarn, gentamicin, and it tells you how much you have here. It's going to be 50 milliliters, and it's all, again, not expired, not cloudy, no tears, no leaks, and that's there. So let's grab our tubing, make sure we have everything we need before we get there. So we're going to need a dial-a-flow to make sure that she's getting the medication on time. And we'll have our primary and secondary tubing, and we'll have to flush her IV to make sure that it's patent. So that. Okay. Alright. So,
Yeah. Can you please tell me about your patient?
sure. So, her name is Marta Yarn. She's an 80-year-old female. She's 175 pounds, and she's a full code. She has no allergies, and she lives at a senior community alone. And she's here because she has a non-healing sacral ulcer. It's a stage 3 on her, and it's 4 by 4 by 1 centimeter. She was admitted about an hour ago from her physician's office. She's alert and oriented. She had a pain level of 6, but she just received a Percocet for that, so that should be going away. She can walk by herself, but she uses a walker. Her lungs are clear. She's been ordered to be on an ECG to check her heart, to monitor her heart. She's a non-smoker. Right now she's on a regular diet, but after midnight tonight she'll be NPO because she's getting surgery tomorrow to debride the ulcer. She voids by herself, but she does complain of stress incontinence and nocturia sometimes. Her last set of vitals were taken just under an hour ago, so she has a 99.1 temperature. Heart rate is 88, her O2 sat is 92, and her blood pressure is 144/90, respirations of 24. And we're just about to go give her these 2 medications that she's scheduled for. She has an IV site in her right median vein, and that's where she's going to be receiving these fluids. All of her labs look normal except for her albumin, and her white blood cells were a little elevated, and her BUN was a little high. So today her plan is we need to increase her nutrition, her protein intake. She's going to have a dietary consult after her surgery tomorrow, and she'll be NPO after midnight. So do you have any questions for me?
Yes, I have a few questions. Why is the client receiving this medication?
Well, she's actually going to be receiving the 2 medications. The normal saline has potassium in it because the gentamicin, a side effect of that will be low potassium. And the gentamicin is an antibiotic. She has an infection.
Oh, okay. What action does the medication have on the body?
So the gentamicin is going to be an antibiotic, so it's going to kill the bacteria. It's going to stop the synthesis of bacteria.
Okay. And when should you question giving the medication?
Well, we want to make sure that her potassium levels are not too low because it'll lower her potassium. And also if she has any ringing in her ears or anything like that.
Okay, does the medication have therapeutic levels?
Yeah, we want it to be between 5 and 10 microliters for every deciliter of blood.
Okay. Which vital signs should be monitored?
We want to monitor any signs for infection, like heart rate, temperature, especially if she's sweating or if her blood pressure is rising. That's a sign of a superinfection. We want to avoid that.
Okay. Which physiological parameters should be monitored when the med is being given?
Well, that again would be heart rate, and we want to make sure that the serum levels are within range.
Normal range.
Yeah, normal ranges.
Okay. What interventions must be taught to the client to ensure the medication is given safely in the hospital setting?
Okay. Well, while she's getting it here, we want to teach her the signs of side effects. So if she has any ringing in her ears, that's a big side effect, ototoxicity. And if she's not urinating very much, because it's also toxic to the kidneys if it's too much in the system.
Okay. What interventions must be taught for taking the meds safely at home?
It would be the same.
Same thing.
The same, and it's not clear whether or not she'll be taking it at home. Right now she's just taking it here, but if she does take it home, I want to make sure to tell her to complete the entire antibiotic.
What are the side effects and potential adverse reactions?
Though she could lose her hearing potentially if she didn't report any ringing in her ears, and also she could get renal disease if she overdoses and builds up a toxicity to that her nephrons can't filter.
Okay. How would you know if the medication is effective?
We will know within 3 to 5 days. We want to see an improvement of her infection, lower white blood cell count, lower temperature, heart rate, all that stuff starting to get back to normal. And if it's not within 3 to 5 days, then we know it's not working.
Oh, okay. Sounds good. Okay, I don't have any more questions for now. Later, maybe I'll ask you a few more.
Okay, okay, let's go meet the
Let's see the
patient.
patient.
Hello, my name's Jasmine. I'm going to be your nurse today, and I have Elizabeth here as a student nurse, and she's going to follow me. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay. Alright. Can you tell me your name and age?
My name is Marta Yarn, and I'm 80 years old.
Okay. Do you have any allergies, Martha?
I don't have any allergies.
So we're just going to double check that on the computer, and you can see there, yep, it's Marta Yarn.
Yep.
No allergies, 80 years old. Okay. So Marta, today you've been prescribed antibiotic. So we're going to hang a couple of medications to go into your IV. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So first, we want to make sure that the IV is open. So we'll flush the IV. Marta, have you ever taken gentamicin?
No, I haven't.
Well, some of the side effects you're going to want to watch out for is if you have any ringing in your ears,
Okay.
especially, and also if you have any muscle weakness, just give us a call on the call light and let us know. So we clean the port of the IV for 15 seconds to make sure that we get any microbes off of there. We don't want to give her an infection. And we'll flush to make sure that it's open. It's open good. Where's the scanner? All right, so we're going to scan the patient first.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, and then we're going to scan the medication here. Hold on. Let's try this again. Oh, I see what you're saying. And medication. Okay, so when we're checking this, it's gonna give us a green light. So the computer says it's right, but we're gonna check it one more time as well.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so can you tell me your name and age one more time, please?
Marta Yarn, 80 years old.
All right, Marta Yarn, 80 years old, and this is for sodium chloride with 20 MBQs of potassium chloride. It's 1,000 milliliters, and it's going to infuse at 125 milliliters per hour. It's also going to be in her IV. Thank you. All right, so here is the spike, and we want to make sure that the spike stays sterile. So we take the cap off of there. And spike it. And we'll make sure that this is closed. Okay, and we'll have to prime our tubing so that no air gets into the patient's veins. So this is just making sure that no air bubbles are in there. All right, and for this one, we're going to use the Dilaflow. Okay.
Yeah, then we have
So it was 125 milliliters per hour, so that's what we're going to set our Dilaflow to. Okay. And then, okay, so let's get her antibiotic going. Alright, so we're going to chart that we just hooked that up in her right median vein and her IV, and the time is 15:15. Everything looks good, and then we'll hit save. Okay, so let's get the gentamicin going. She's in for that. Scan her. Thank you. So again, we'll do our third check for the medication here. Alright, so we have the green light. That means it's the right medication in the right patient, not expired, clear, it's still not punctured or anything like that. We have Marta Yarn. She's getting gentamicin. It's 50 milliliters. It's going to be an IV piggyback, so it's going into her IV line for the route. And it's due now, and this is going to infuse at 80 milliliters, 100 milliliters over an hour.
Okay.
Okay? All So let's get that hooked up. That's fine. Okay, so again, spike, you want that to stay sterile. And we'll make sure this is closed. And for gravity's purposes, we want this one to be lower so that the antibiotic goes in first. Here. Clean the port before we hook. And we'll do a little backflow priming here. Alright, so primed and ready to go. And so for this one, it was 100 milliliters over 1 hour. Yes. So we're going to set this to 100 over 1 hour, and we'll have to make sure we come back in an hour to set it back
Okay.
to the 125 for the normal saline. Alright, and everything's open. And everything's dripping. Okay. How are you feeling, Marta?
Feeling pretty good.
Okay. So can you tell me some of those side effects that we talked about for your gentamicin again?
If I get ringing in my ears or I can't remember the other one.
Well, if you have any muscle weakness or anything like that, so especially if you need to go to the bathroom, make sure that you call us so someone can help and assist you.
Okay.
Okay? All right, so with that medication, we'll be back in 30 minutes to check your serum levels. And if you have any questions until then, just use your call light. You have that right there, okay?
Okay.
All right. And we're going to label the tubing with the date and the time and the medication and the rate. And I'm going to initial that. And we're going to put that right here so that the next nurse will know. And the same for this one. Okay. All right. And let's document that. We gave her that medication. It's 1520. No problems. And my initials and save. Okay.
I have a few more questions for
You
you.
have a few more questions? Okay.
Were there any pertinent pieces of information you reviewed before giving the medication?
Yes, I looked at her lab values, and it shows that she does have an infection, so that's why she's getting this medication.
Okay. Did this information affect your decision to give the medication?
Well, it did. I was ordered to give the medication, and then I was able to verify through her vital signs and her white blood cell count.
Okay. Did this information affect how you administer the med?
Just from what it said in the computer, I was able to verify that it was going to be IV.
Oh, okay. So I don't have any more questions for you. Thank you again.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.